Once upon a time, in a village, there lived the Abdul family, who were very wealthy. Abdul had two sons, Jaffer and Ali. Jaffer was the older son, and Ali was the younger one. Unfortunately, the Abdul family lost all their riches in one night. Abdul died of depression because of this misfortune. He left behind a house and an acre of agricultural land for his two sons. The elder brother Jaffer is very ambitious. Jaffer always dreams about becoming rich instantly since he was raised in wealth. But the younger brother Ali is hardworking and less dreamy. Jaffer inquires in his neighborhood about how to become successful in life and gain wealth. One day, an old man named Rashid, who was a very distant relative, visited Jaffer and Ali's house and inquired about their lifestyle since they lost their father and all their riches in one night. He offered them some help to learn farming. Ali is very happy and started learning farming, but Jaffer is not interested in farming. Instead, he wants to do business and become rich. Rashid noticed Jaffer's anxiety and his passion for earning money. So Rashid decided to help Jaffer earn money. One evening during dinner, Rashid started telling a story about a golden mountain. Jaffer and Ali started listening curiously since it was about gold. From our village, about 20 kilometers away, there is a mountain called Golden Death. When your father and I were young, we heard stories about Golden Death Mountain and decided to go there. Animals cannot survive on Golden Death Mountain since grass doesn't grow there. Therefore, you cannot take horses or donkeys onto the mountain. So we went there on foot with 50 slaves and lots of food supplies, and dug lots of gold for a month. After a month, many slaves escaped with gold, food, and water which we had saved for our survival. In the end, we were left with only 9 slaves and lots of gold bags. Since we lost the food and water, all of us became thirsty and hungry on the way back home. We left many bags of gold on the road and returned with only 2 bags each in our hands. Unfortunately, 5 slaves died because of hunger. In the end, only 6 of us returned alive and were able to bring 15 bags of gold home. This was a very difficult journey. Even though we knew the way to Golden Death Mountain, we never went back for more gold. That's how your father and I became rich. Your father started a business with the gold, and I bought lots of land and started farming. So Jaffer, if you want to go there and get some gold, I will tell you the way, but remember, don't be too greedy. Otherwise, you will end up dead on the Golden Death Mountain. Hearing this, Jaffer wants to go there with a few slaves and become rich. Ali also wants to join. Jaffer told Ali, "Ali, this is a dangerous journey. You better stay home. I will be back with some gold, and then we will start a new life. If something bad happens, at least one of us will be alive." Ali doesn't agree with his big brother. Jaffer sold half of the acre of land and purchased food supplies, as well as a few slaves who were trustworthy and had experience working with his father. After a month, they started their journey with lots of food supplies and water for about 1 month. Jaffer and Ali reached a nearby village to the mountain. The village appeared green and beautiful, adorned with numerous farming animals and vast agricultural lands. All the villagers seemed to be farmers, dedicated to their agricultural pursuits. As Ali gazed upon the picturesque scenery, he was captivated by the village's beauty. However, he couldn't help but feel surprised that despite living next to a large golden mountain, all the villagers were engaged solely in farming for their livelihoods. Ali told Jaffer that he wants to stay in this village. So Jaffer agreed since he was worrying about the safety of his brother. Jaffer left Ali in the village and started climbing up the mountain with his slaves. Ali walked into the village and saw a man working hard to build a bullock cart. Ali offered to help and built the cart himself, showcasing his energy and helpful nature. Impressed by Ali's dedication, the farmer asked him to help with farming for the day since his usual worker was absent. Ali happily agreed to do the farming for a day. In gratitude for Ali's help, the farmer provided him with food and lodging. Curious about Ali's presence in the village, the farmer inquired about his story. Ali shared the entire tale, explaining that he was awaiting his brother's return. Impressed by Ali's honesty and work ethic, the farmer offered him shelter and extended a job offer until his brother's arrival. Gratefully, Ali accepted the generous offer. After a month, Jaffer did not come down from the mountain. So Ali wants to climb the mountain. But the farmer stopped Ali, stating that it is very dangerous to go alone. 2 months were passed. Ali spoke with the farmer and requested to prepare some food supplies and water for 25 people for 3 days, which is sufficient to climb the mountain and return. The farmer also arranged 4 people to assist with the food supplies to the mountain. When they are climbing, at the end of the day, they decided to take some rest and started cooking food. When the food was almost over, a group of crazy people attacked them and started eating. Ali and 4 helpers got injured. After some time, Ali realized that his brother Jaffer is also among the crazy people. He reached Jaffer and started crying loudly, "I shouldn't have left you on the mountain." Ali and 4 helpers prepared some more meals and offered them. After eating food and drinking water, Jaffer came to his senses and felt sorry that he injured his brother. That night, they stayed on the mountain. In the morning, Jaffer explained his story to Ali. "When we reached the mountain, we could not find any gold. But after searching for a whole month, we managed to find it. By that time, we had only 1 week of food supplies left. At first, we wanted to leave after we ran out of food supplies, but we thought we could starve for a day or 2. A week passed, and we were coming back after 2 weeks of digging gold. When we reached halfway, it became more difficult to walk, so we decided to leave the gold behind and walk. We hid all the treasure near this place so we could come back later after we recovered. But since we were starving for a week, we lost our senses. If you hadn't come up for me, Ali, me, and all the other slaves, we would have ended up dead." Jaffer went back and picked up the golden bags and came down from the mountain with his brother. They rested at the farmer's house for a week and regained their energy. Then, they went back to their village with lots of gold bags. Ali and Jaffer offered the slaves a fair amount of gold and bought their freedom as a gesture of gratitude for their loyalty until the end. They repurchased the properties which were lost from their father and lived happily ever after. They never visited Golden Death Mountain again. Hello viewers, not every story concludes with a happy ending. Some stories may end in betrayal by their own people, or they may face natural disasters. However, our story has a happy ending. Despite Jaffer being a dreamer and greedy, he always included his brother in his aspirations for wealth, wanting to share a happy life with him rather than pursuing riches alone. On the other hand, Ali, who is not a dreamer and doesn't desire wealth, still insisted on accompanying his brother out of concern for his safety. Despite having the opportunity to settle in the village, Ali chose to venture up the mountain in search of his brother, even though it was risky. This story illustrates that when you're surrounded by caring individuals, you can find happiness and live happily ever after.